Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela, and on this topic I wanted to make a short video for you guys. Speaking of the narcissist mirroring you, when a narcissist is using manipulation to mirror you. So a lot of times when we think about the narcissist mirroring us, right, we're thinking about someone who is trying to be who we want them to be, someone who is into what we're into and things like that. But what if the narcissist isn't into what you're into, right? It's almost like you second guess yourself, like, were they really mirroring me? Because, we're kind of like complete opposites when I actually think about it. Like, I used to look at them like the yin to my yang, yes, they mirror me, maybe sometimes they copy certain phrases, or you feel like they've taken certain characteristics about you and things like that, and they're using it to benefit themselves, right? But what I found interesting is that you'll get into situations where you'll start to believe that you're the narcissist, or you'll start to think to yourself, well, maybe it's me, like I do, become angry, and I do, I feel like I became someone that I didn't want to be, right? But what I found interesting is that sometimes when two people are pointing the fingers at each other, haven't you ever been on the outside looking in, when it's not you, and you might believe your friend, right? And you might believe your friend, and you might say to yourself, my friend has empathy. And then after you go through what you've been through with narcissists, you'll get to a point where you'll look at your friend and you'll think to yourself, is this a flying monkey, or is this a narcissist? Maybe my friend's a narcissist, and her husband's not the narcissist. Maybe he's the good guy. And it's like everyone is literally throwing sticks and stones at each other. And then you kind of just start feeling like you're out on your own. You're by yourself, and you don't know what to believe in anymore. And this is where that lack of trust comes, because you're like, I can't trust anyone anymore. Like, everyone is playing some type of game. And, when you think about the narcissist, you think about how they could have went with this act. When you think about the narcissist, sometimes you think like, why did this person do this, why did this person do this horrible act to me? And then they did it for so long, and they lacked empathy. And, you get caught up in those moments where you were on good terms, or things were going good, or they seemed like a normal person, and you were doing normal things together, and sometimes you might think to yourself, like, is it better being alone? Did this person really play me, or were they really that evil? Or maybe I did push them away, maybe my attitude pushed them away. You'll keep going in circles, driving yourself insane because of the projection and because of the pointing fingers, right? It can get very confusing, and this is where that lack of trust for people comes in, because they've made you question your reality. They've made you question who you are as a person, because you think to yourself, well, maybe it was me. But I think it helps you understand that you might have been a different person then, and you realize that you've learned a lot out of this situation based on someone projecting back onto you who you are in some ways, right? So when you think about the narcissist projection or mirroring you, like I said, it's easy to think about them stealing qualities about you. But what I found interesting was I had read this article, and I was like, wow, it was written by a doctor, a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I realized while reading it sometimes we don't know who the narcissist is, or sometimes we blame shift towards ourselves and start, thinking maybe it was us. And sometimes we see the part that we played in what happened to us. And as I was reading this article, it was written by Margalis Fagelsted. And I found it on mindbodygreen.com. But there's 7 things that a narcissist does. No, 8 things that a narcissist does at the end of the relationship. And I wanted to go through each and every one of them because especially at the end, that's when you see that mirroring towards you and they want to dump all of their negative energy on you, right? So the first one on the list is they want to blame you. So the narcissist is blaming you, and what happens when they're blaming you is that when someone actually has power over you and control over you, what happens is you'll start blaming yourself. You'll start thinking of ways to make the narcissist happy. You can have proof that what they're accusing you of is false, but somehow you'll end up apologizing, or you'll know that they're wrong and you'll be angry at them. And eventually you'll think to yourself, well, I'll forgive them and just forget like it didn't even happen. Yeah, I'll put the blame on myself, because if you come back, even if you tell the narcissist that you don't appreciate what they did, all they heard is you're putting the blame on yourself. That's what they're hearing. It doesn't matter what you say to them. To them, it's you're putting the blame on yourself. So this is how you know someone is mirroring you and controlling you, especially during the discard, because a lot of times, depending on how they left you, they'll hoover you, right? So this is how you know you're not going crazy and this person is really playing mind games with you. The second one on the list is attempt to convince you you've made a mistake. So they'll attempt to convince you that you've made a mistake. You're the cause of their problem. They're the reason that you're mad, angry, sad. They're the reason they cheated. The lack of time you're spending with them, or you lost your job. Now you're not able to do the things you once did for them. So now, according to circumstances, their love is changing for you, right? So they'll attempt to convince you that you've made a mistake. And what happens is that because we're so brainwashed, right, we'll actually accept that mistake as ours. We'll rationalize what the narcissist has said to us, and we'll try to make sense of insanity. And we just want the peace back. We just want that narcissist, that old person that we thought was a good person. We want that old person back. That's who we're searching for the person that you were just, hanging out with and you were on good terms. But that person is gone, and you'll look them in the eyes and it's like they're angry at you. They're convincing you that you did something to them, and the whole thing does not make sense, but yet they're making you feel as if the moment that they walk away from you and they tell others what you did and how you played your role, that everyone's going to believe them, and everyone's going to talk about you, and you feel like that, uneasiness type of feeling, like you did something wrong when you didn't. And this is why, like I said, you will find yourself apologizing. So they're mirroring you. They're dumping on you what they're doing to you, in other ways. They're like subliminally telling on themselves, but they're taking it out on you. You should be upset, and yet you're taking accountability for the reason that they're unsteady. So the third on that list is they'll attempt to guilt trip you into staying. So this is where a lot of people, I feel, get confused. They'll guilt trip you into staying. So So sometimes this is how I feel, about this situation. You'll get, for example, a man who's with a narcissist woman, and that woman is trying to guilt trip him into staying, right? Then you'll have, that woman that, is being cheated on by a narcissist, or a narcissist is finding ways to hurt them. And they're like, I'm over the situation. We should be past this situation. Yes, I cheated in the past. I'm not cheating right now. Although they haven't proven their loyalty. They haven't proven that they can be trusted again, right? And what the narcissist does is they'll find those situations to actually go and cheat on you. They'll find those moments that you don't trust them, and they're like, oh, if you don't trust me, I might as well do it. That's their excuse. So they're guilt tripping you in order for them to go cheat, right? And then they'll turn it around with their flying monkeys and say that it's your attitude, it's your lack of trust. And then you're looking at these people and you're like, well, who's the narcissist? Is the man the narcissist? Is the woman the narcissist? You'll find situations like that, right? So it's important to understand when someone is guilt tripping you, what is the situation that is going on? What did they do to you? Do you have proof that they did these things to you? Do you have the right to feel the way you feel? And when someone is trying to tell you how to feel about your own pain, that's a problem. And that's the problem with people, is that they're trying to tell you when you should get over your pain. That's what a narcissist does. They want to give you a time limit on when you should get over on that pain that you're feeling. This goes to, you can be an adult and you weren't able to react to abuse from your childhood, right? And now you're telling the people that have hurt you that kind of damaged you, and they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to go back to the past. They feel like you should have been over it by now, and we shouldn't even talk about it. It's okay to talk about things, forgive each other, and move on. But as we know, the narcissist does not forgive, and they do not want to be exposed. They have a lot of shame in them. So the third on that list was to guilt trip you. So always understand that when someone is trying to reflect onto you what they've done to you, they'll try to guilt trip you, and you have to think about the situation as a whole, because a narcissist man can be telling you one story and you're being a flying monkey for him. A narcissist woman can tell you another story and you could be a flying monkey for her. Understand? Number 4 on that list is they demand attention even after you've broken up. So sometimes you'll see that some men feel like narcissist women feel like when the relationship is over, they won't leave them alone. They feel as if this woman has betrayed them. They're not the woman they thought she was, and she's trying to find every reason to be in my life. And I've already told her in many ways I don't want to be with her. And that's how a man will look at the situation. A narcissist woman is the type of woman that in those moments, she demands attention even after the breakup, to the point where she'll sleep with your friends. She'll do the most despicable things. But if you're dealing with someone who isn't a narcissist woman, this person is loyal to you. There's certain lines that this person will not cross. When dealing with a narcissist man, they demand attention after they've done things to you. So they're completely aware that they used an argument. They used an argument to anger you, so that you can, bring up things about the past, and then they'll use that as an excuse to justify their actions. So now, after the fact, they'll demand your attention because they feel like, well, I've already talked to my flying monkeys. They've already told me that you were wrong. And now I understand, maybe I shouldn't have done what I've done, but you pushed me to that point. But because I'm a good man, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to demand your attention. I know you might block me from your phone, so I'm going to email you, or I'm going to come to your house. And if you're not at home, I'll come to your job, or I'll leave a note on your car. I'm going to demand, attention. I'll knock at your window at nighttime. I'll jump in if I have to. I'll wait in front of your door all day. I'll wait in my car. They'll demand attention, and a lot of times because of their attention seeking, like, how they cross the line to get your attention. They've crossed so many lines, and because you forgave them, a lot of those bad characteristics will turn onto you, right? So when the narcissist is ready to discard you, if you were to demand their attention after they've broken up with you, that's giving them a reason to make you look like you're the crazy stalker, right? So someone who demands your attention after they've broken up with you, this is a person you do not need to get back with, because they have made a fool out of you to public. So this is how they are reflecting onto you who they really are, by demanding attention after they've broken up with you. And then they try to reflect all of those bad characteristics that they dump on you and make it seem like that's who you've always been to others. And that's how they keep their energy flowing, to the point that they actually hate you. They hate the things that they have dumped on you. So really they hate themselves. It's like they're mirroring you. So 5 on that list is promise to change. Again, you have to look at the circumstance. In a woman's perspective, a man's perspective, the narcissist is always going to promise to change. Sometimes men do this, sometimes women do this. Someone who is promising you to change and they don't change, and they don't take accountability. Some people, can tell you they promise to change and then they slip up, right? They do something that you might not like, and that's something that both of you have said you're trying to work on, right? A narcissist will not take accountability over what's going on. And if they do, you could tell that they don't mean it. They just want the conversation to be over with. The next time they do something to you, they do something worse. So this is how you know you're dealing with someone who is mirroring you, is someone who's promising to change, not someone who accepts that they're not perfect, that's actually putting in the work to try to change those things. You could tell the difference between someone who's actually trying. With a narcissist, they're not trying, because not only do they promise to change and not change, but they actually treat you even worse the moment that they can treat you worse. So that's the difference. 6, the use of social attacks and gossip. So this comes along with everything that I just said. The use of attacks and gossip. Anything that you say to them, they're using it against you. You're thinking that this person is mirroring you back. You're telling them things about yourself. They're telling you things about themselves. But in reality, they're using everything you're saying to gossip about you and to socially attack you behind closed doors. That way, when they've dumped all these bad characteristics on you and they've crossed the line many times, when you finally go off, say you've been quiet, you've been crying, you've tried everything, that anger will explode. And when it does, you're going to do everything the narcissist has done to you and maybe more, right? Or you might just walk away. But the narcissist is really hoping that you go off. This is why when you walk away, they'll hoover you and they're trying to figure out why you didn't waste your energy. They want you to waste your energy. They're all about wasting your energy, depleting you from your energy. They want to be able to talk about you and know that you're depleted. So when it doesn't work, and you're not reacting and you're not giving them the reaction that they want, they get mad. This is how you know someone is mirroring you, and they're trying to manipulate you, and they're trying to cause anger, and they're trying to strike you at this point. So they'll gossip about you. 7, stalking. Like I said, all of this comes into play. They'll stalk you only because when they leave, they're hoping that you become the stalker. Number 8, they reveal their neediness to you. So after they have broken up with you, hoovered you now, they want you back. And if you take them back, they'll make it seem as if you're the one that's been bothering them, because now they've already made you look like the stalker, right? Now they're revealing to you that they actually need you when things aren't going their way. They need you to look like you're the needy one. The narcissist will always reveal that they actually need you. This is why they can discard you, talk bad about you, talk bad about your friends, your family, try to make you feel like the lowest of the low, make fun of you, smirk, and tell you that they have other things going on. They can even throw the new supply in your face. And then later on, when things don't go their way with the new supply, they'll hoover you. They'll blame shift. They'll reveal to you how they're really needy, how they actually need you. So these are the signs, you guys, that you are going to see when you end a relationship with a narcissist and they keep reappearing. This is how you can tell that they're mirroring you. They're not having any plans on caring about you, growing with you, or giving you any of the things that you want. They're using you to drain you from your energy. And that's pretty much how they mirror you throughout the whole relationship. And this is why they can give you so much hate to the point where it seems like everything that they've done to you, you've done to them. So I hope that this video, you guys, was helpful. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, and peace. Do not be fooled by these people. They like you one minute, they hate you the next. And, and then it almost seems like they're the victim. But pay attention to people who switch up on you right away. Always pay attention to that. These are the same people that play the victim, and they're literally a narcissist themselves. They have not woken up. They're not about love. They're all about hate. When they listen to things about love, or people who are able to conquer a life outside of the narcissist, instead of being happy for people that got out, they're actually envious people. They do not want to see people happy. That's a narcissist for you. So I leave you guys with this message. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.